Today we are going to learn how to express percents as fractions and decimals. This should be a review. Percents as fractions and decimals. Percent is a ratio
teachers and students
that compares a number to 100. An example is we have 45%. 45% also means 45 out of 100, which can be written as a fraction 45 over 100, which also can be written as a decimal 45 hundredths. We also have a model here that we can look at, and it starts at 0% and it goes to 100%. So if every single one of these bars were filled, we would have 100%. But we don't. We have 45%. So these are marked off into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sections. So if we're at 45%, we're more than 4 bars, but less than 5 bars. So we can shade in this 1 bar. If we multiply it times 10 would give us 10. That's 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. If each bar represents 10%, then I need a half of this bar to get my extra 5% to make 45. And that's how we would use that bar graph. Now let's review. In a recent survey, 55% of cell phone owners said they send text messages. What fraction of owners is this? So if we have 55%, remember we said that a percent is out of 100. So we could take 55 over 100, and then we simplify it. We choose what we divide by. We can choose 5. So then we say 55 divided by 5 equals 11, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. That means 11 out of every 20 people send messages. And that is our final answer for question number 1. Number 2 says the table shows the percent of each movie type rented during a month. What fraction and decimal were action movies? So if this is the percent here, that means that action movies equals 35%. And remember, we've already said that percent is out of 100, so we have 35 out of 100, and we simplify dividing by 5 again. 35 divided by 5 is 7, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So 7 out of 20 were action. Then we have to take this percent and get it into a decimal. Remember how to get a percent to a decimal? In a whole number, our decimals at the end, and to move from a percent to a decimal, we move the decimal over 2 times to the left, giving us 35 hundredths as our decimal. And these two are our final answers for number 2. Number 3 says Cedric collects state quarters. He has 42 out of 50 available. What is 42 out of 50 as a percent? So we have 42 out of 50. Out of means out of 100. Remember that a percent is out of 100. So we need to get 50 to 100. What do we multiply 50 by to get to 100? That's 2. What we do to our denominator, we have to do to our numerator. So 42 times 2 is 84, and 50 times 2 is 100. Now that I have a denominator of 100, I could take the digits in my numerator and write that as a percent. Again, this should be a review. Now we have a multi-step problem. The table shows the percent of time Allison is spent studying each of their school subjects. What fraction of the subjects studied were math or history? So first we would determine, if I can write this, determine the total percent for both math and history. So math's percent is 30, and history's percent is 10. So 30% plus 10% gives us a total of 40%. In step 2, we would express the percent as a fraction in simplest form. So if we have 40%, we have 40 over 100, and we can divide by 20, giving us 2/5. And if we have 40%, remember we just put that decimal at the end because it's wanting us to express our answer as a decimal. So if we have 40%, decimal at the end, move it over 2 times, giving us 4/10 as our decimal. I would like you at this time to please answer the summary questions in complete sentences.